Crap, hold on. All right, hun buns, it's time to go in for Jerry's gig for another night. Jerry made the phone call about almost 7 o'clock or 6 something. I know it was 6 something. Jerry called. Jerry said, I got a gig for you. I know about last time, but this one should be good. And last time Jerry had my jeans all messed up, shirt and everything. I like got dirt everywhere, dirt and smudged, and I said, oh my goodness. I said, Jerry, what kind of gigs you getting me, man? By the way, I call overtime Jerry's gigs, right? So it's to show me the money time. So yeah, I'm heading on in. Got my lunch, which is I have one taco left over from lunch today. Well, I had a late lunch, I should put it that way. And I ate 2 tacos and I ate the fries. So I had 1 taco left and I was like, I'm full, I can't eat anymore, right? So I brought it on home, put it in the refrigerator. So Jerry called, I said, damn, that's all right. Exxon holding at $2.39 and Shell is at $2.59. It came down another 10 cents, all right. But either way, I was like, dang. I said, you know what? I just gotta go on and go on in. I said, not a problem. So I slept for about 2.5 more hours, and I went ahead and got up. And so now I'm on my way to Jerry's gigs. So hopefully you guys got home safely, your work or your destination of choice, safe and sound in one piece. No hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, and misunderstandings today. Hopefully you didn't have any meet and greets. You know, I tried to be respectful as I could today, but early this morning, as soon as I got in, I felt like people were really just being rude and disrespectful toward, you know, me. And I just like, I had to basically tell one of my coworkers, you know, if there's something that we get from our supervisor and they're saying, okay, well, you guys divide this up amongst yourselves or amongst the other, you know, if he gives it to one person, he will say, you know, hey, can you go ahead and take this, or, you know, if it's too much, you go ahead and, you know, share it and divide it up with the other ladies, right? This is my thing. When I get it, if it's something that belongs to one container, I just do it myself, right? If it belongs to different containers and it's a lot, then what I end up doing is going back there and say, hey, the Sarge gave me this. He said to go ahead and split up. I don't go put shit on people's desks. Okay, I'm sorry for cussing. Lord, I'm sorry. I don't put stuff on people's desks. I normally would let you know what it is and what's going on. And so I didn't appreciate it because when I came in, she didn't say anything. I just came in and came to my desk and I see a stack of, you know, packets there. And I know what the packets are, and I was like, who put this on my desk? She didn't say nothing. I asked again, who put this on my desk? And so I still didn't get a response. So the 2 co-workers are just standing there talking to each other. I said, I'll tell you what, don't put anything else on my desk. She was like, what? Don't put anything on my desk. And she was like, why? I said, I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe you an explanation. Don't put anything on my desk. Well, our supervisor gave it to us, and he said to go ahead and split it up. Now, mind you, one of our coworkers is not there. She hasn't been there for 2 days, right? She's been out, I guess, sick or dealing with something with family. Either way, she just hasn't been there, right? That's her business. I ain't pried into it. I ain't trying to figure out none of that. That's none of my business, right? So she didn't put a packet on her desk. She didn't put packets on my desk. I was like, why would you even do that? You don't even know when this girl is, when she's coming back. So why would you put packets on her desk? Like, that was silly. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, do you really think you're being smart right now? Like, what you should have done, I told her, I said, what you should have done, you should have asked. That's what you should have done. You should have waited till someone came in and then informed them and let them know, or asked them, about it. But you don't put stuff on people's desk because you think that, no, you need to stay in a co-worker's lane. That's what you need to do. Stay in a co-worker's lane. You're nobody's supervisor, management, or their parent. I don't care how old you are, much older than I am. That part don't play a part at this job for me. So I'm looking like, don't do that. That's rude. So I didn't care anything about her having an attitude or being in her feelings past that point. No. I think what you just did was very rude and disrespectful. Like, I'm at the point to where I'm tired of people disrespecting of myself, my surrounding, my privacy, and all that. Like, find you somebody else to play with. I'm not the one and we ain't the two. Okay? So, after that, I did my packet. And then when I was going to let my supervisor know that I didn't need a day off 2 weeks from now, I didn't need that day off. And I was taking that day off so I could move. But since I changed my moving date, I don't need that day off. So I asked him, to remove it from the book. And he was like, oh, he said, I got these other two just now from his supervisor, right? That went ahead and signed off on them. And I said, okay, I'll take them back there. Now, this is what I did when I went back there. I didn't put anything on her desk because I don't know what container number she had or she worked with. What I did was ask her, are you working on container number such and such, such and such? If so, this is the second, I guess you could say usually it's like 2 or 3 parts of a container, depending on how, it's written up or worked, right? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, well, this is the second one. Do you want it? She said, yeah. I put it on her desk. I did not go and just plop it on her desk because she had that particular container. You understand what I'm saying and where I'm getting at? It's called respectability. Like, don't do things to people that you don't want done to you. So that was my thing, and that's what I was having a problem with, that I'm dealing with people at work, that it's starting to come to a wall for me, to where, look, do things just because you want to do it or you just don't care, whatever it is. I don't care about a lot of things too, but I'm just not going out to be rude and disrespectful to people. I keep to myself. I don't like to be bothered. I don't bother anyone. I just go about my business and do my job. I do. And I guess you could say that's part of being an introvert. Like, you're not in for a lot of, drama and hostility and chaos and all the rah-rah and all that. You like, go on, move around. Find yourself something else to do. I'm not on that playground with you. I'm not about to play with you. Go on. I don't have time. I don't have patience. So, with me interacting with people at work, I really just don't. I just don't. Because some things just, irritate me, especially when people are having a conversation with themselves, and all of a sudden they want to drag you in and tell me, right, Kim, huh? Just say yeah. Oh, you heard me, Kim? And I'm like, stop trying to involve me in your conversations. I don't want to be a part of your skit, your conversation, or whatever it is that you think is funny at this particular time. Because I don't find it funny, and I'm irritated. Like, I don't do that. That's different. I think that people just don't respect personal boundaries. They don't respect personal boundaries. And sometimes people don't believe fat meat is greasy. And when you come at them, when you're just, enough is enough, you didn't ask so many times to, don't involve me in your conversations. Don't involve me, whatever it is you got going on. I just stick to myself. Why they haven't come up with this concept yet, like, for real. One of my coworkers, I have worked with her for 12 years. Why she ain't caught on to this, I don't know. The other one, I have worked with her for going on 8 years. Like, leave me alone. I don't do all that interacting. That's not me. That's not me. Move around, find somebody else that's gonna, you know, be chatty Cathy with you all day. It's gonna hee ha ha and small talk with you all day. Kim don't do that. Kim don't do that. So, that just peeved me off this morning. It just really did. And I was like, I don't have the patience. I had to, like, after I finished my packet, I just had to leave out the office. I went and turned in my change of address forms to the post office, and then I came on back. That gave me a little breather. You know, I tried to call my best friend and talk with my best friend for a minute, but he didn't answer the phone. So I sat up there and I talked to my mom about it, you know, thinking like I can get a different perspective, you know, to make sure because sometimes I can say things very harshly, or, you know, it could have been addressed a different way, but, you know, and that's why you know, besides you checking and balance yourself, sometimes your friends or your family can tell you the truth, and you can see it in another way, and you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand, right? But everything ain't that way and don't go that way. So, that was basically how my morning was. So I was very much so tired when I got home, and I had a kick in my neck, which I don't even know where that came from. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I definitely, when I got home, slept. And I'm glad I did, because Jerry ended up calling. Instead of me being up watching shows and stuff and hadn't went to sleep and got a shut eye, a wink, a cat nap, nothing. Because I've done that before. Jerry did call as soon as I'm about to get snug bug in the rug and shut it down. I'm like, man, I ain't even been to sleep. And be paying the price. So I at least got, you know, like I said, some rest in. And that's fine by me. And go in and do this Jerry's gig and be good with it, right? All I can say. Like I said, I try to be respectful as I can, but when I feel like people are just taking things too far, or they just beyond disrespectful, just doing things because that's just what they want to do. Like, I still don't understand how she thought that was a smart idea to put a, you know, packets on my desk and then put a packet on the other coworker's desk who ain't been there for 2 days. You don't know when this lady is coming back to work at all. If she's coming back the next day, the day after that, or whatever it is, could be next week, I don't know. That would still be her business, right? But you put packets on her desk. That made no sense. None. If he told you to divide the work up, why would you divide it up with somebody who's not there? You divide it up amongst the people who are there. It's like, oh my gosh, you just really can't be this serious. So, either way, we're going to end the Jerry's gig and work our time. Oh, and what I did, since I had one taco left, I had some tater tots, Alexia's, or I like their potatoes, their fries or tater tots. I like their potatoes, the frozen ones, and because they're organic, right, non-GMO. And I only had a little bit left, basically a handful, right? Excuse me. I'm so sorry, y'all. Please, excuse me. So I warmed those up while I was getting myself together, and I did all that. So I put them in there with the one taco. And I was like, okay, this should be good to go. So if I get hungry later on, which I'm not anticipating, I'll have something to eat. If not, I'll have something for lunch. You kind of get where it's going, right? I also bought myself a cucumber and organic lemonade and an applesauce. You know, so if I'm not hungry, I have something to eat light. That's a light from there, honey. So hopefully, like I said, it's late at night. So, you know, maybe you guys are just getting into bed, about to be a stud bug in the rug as well. May you have a good night's sleep. You know, I pray you didn't have no meet and greets. I pray you didn't have no meet and greets. And, you know, hopefully you had a better day than I did, because it just seemed like it was a continuation of the Twilight Zone from yesterday. It really seemed like it was a Twilight Zone from yesterday. Like, what is going on? Like, y'all, I'm just saying. It gives you those bug-eyed moments, like, you just really thinking, like, what the hell is the problem? So, but we're almost to Jerry's gig. Now, I know tonight they'll probably be, like, kind of disappointed, because usually if I'm getting, you know, but I wasn't given ample enough time, in my eyes, in my opinion, to be able to go and get the fruit that I would normally get. Normally I would go to Whole Foods if I know in advance, like the day before, early in the morning, like something before I get off work, and I'll, you know, stop by Whole Foods and go get some fruit to bring in. And I ain't do that tonight. Like I said, it was like 6 something. I think almost 7 o'clock when I got the phone call. Now Whole Foods closed at 8 o'clock. And unfortunately, I wasn't getting up out of my bed to go do anything. The only thing I was trying to do was look at the time, roll back over, and figure out how much time I can, you know, get some more sleep in before I have to get up and go on in. So there will be no fruit tonight. Not tonight, like Bernie Mac would say. Tonight. That's about it. Shucks. Oh my goodness gracious. And then, I have my sister, she called me. She said, one of my sisters called me, she asked me if we were hiring. I'm like, you know, that's not really how the city works, right? You know, if it's something for the city, then you have to basically wait on a posting. Or you can log on to the city's website and see exactly what divisions are hiring. And I explained to her, my division is not hiring, you know. I was like, but they can easily go on the website for the city and look at the different job positions and different divisions that are hiring, but mine isn't. You know, it's not like you can call and say, hey, you know, y'all got an opening over there, and I'll be like, oh yeah, let me just get you the number such and such, and you can go ahead and talk to them, and maybe you can come in for an interview. That's not how that works. You got to put an application online for that division, and then, you know, you can tell who's ever pulling the applications in your division, hey, you know, you can let one of the upper command admins, you know, hey, I have a friend or a family member that applied, and they'll pull their application, like they'll put it in the batch that they have and they're pulling, and they'll decide and determine if they're going to call them in for an interview. Past that point, that's up to you, to your division, and if they call you into an interview, that's on you if you get the job or not. I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that. So if you go through the process and they like your interview, then you still got to go through background check. After you finish with, you know, basically once they check all your stuff in the background, then you have to take a poly. And after you take a poly, that will determine on if they're, you know, will hire you or give you, basically extend the job offer to you from the poly. That's making sense to me. And then if that's the case, then if they do, then they'll let you know, hey, are you still interested in this job? We still have an opening. These are the hours and the days. and you say yes or no. But it's not that easy like if you were at a department store or somewhere like that, or a different corporation to where you knew someone and they could get you in like that. That's not how this is at the city. So, all right, y'all. I done made it here to Jerry's gig, and I'm gonna get ready to go on inside. Well, I'm lying. I'm gonna sit here probably for another 5-7 minutes before I go in. I never do just go right on in. I just don't do that. Sometimes when I get here, I just take a breather and, you know, everything before I just go straight in. Not unless I'm like running behind and I really have to get in there and clock in so I'm not late. But as for right now, I'm early. Oh, excuse me. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, y'all, that I'm just burping like this. I do apologize. But yeah, like I said, y'all, just sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day, sometimes it's so-so, where it's just in the middle. It's just these past 2 days, like I told my mom, I said, I don't know if I'm like overtly reading into situations that's really not that serious. I said, I don't know. I said, but you know, these past 2 days has just been stuff to where I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, what? Some things of how they've been going about or laying in position just ain't been adding up in my book. That makes sense to me. So, yeah. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate you commuting with me this evening. And driving in to Jerry's gig. I do not know if I'm gonna make a video in the morning, or going to the garage so I can go into my regular hours for my regular position at my building. So Jerry's gig is at a whole other building. Basically, the building the building I started off in is next door and it's been torn down. That building was like over 40, 50 years old, something like that, and they went ahead and tore it down, made it into a parking lot. And what we have is our new building that came about in June of 2009. So we've been in this building since then, from the old building. And this is basically part of my beginnings from over here before. About 4 years ago, I think April, no, I'm sorry, no it won't, I think it was July 2017 is when I transferred to this part, the unit of our division, July of 2017, so it ain't been quite 4 years yet, but yeah. Now, being on over in the other building, we have been over in that other on the floor we're on now. At headquarters has been since April 2008. So next month will actually be, I'm sorry, not 2008, 2018. When I say 2018. So that will make it 3 years. Over on that floor, over in the unit that we've been on the floor that we're on. So we just have different buildings for different things. So yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, even though I'm still working in my division, I'm just at different buildings. So that's all that it is. So somebody else showed up. So I don't know who else is working tonight besides, you know, the night shift supervisor who called me. I think he said one other person, because he was saying like it was strange for him to tell me that. He was like, I had 3 people call out or off or something like that, right? He was like, it's just it's gonna be you and another person and myself. He said, I'm gonna try to get another person to come in. I said, okay, and I left it at that. You know. Oh, excuse me. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. I'm so sorry, y'all. But, yeah. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm not lying to you. I'm trying. But all right, let me go and get in this building. And I will be talking to you guys later. Okay? All right. Talk to you later, hun buns.